Hello, my name is Alsu Tuktamisheva and this is my personal blog. In this video, I'll talk about 3 reasons for learning English. I'll offer you some facts and also plenty of examples and resources to prove that. First of all, English is the most spoken language in the world in terms of its importance. There are more than 800 million people who speak English as their first or second language, and in fact, more than 1.5 billion people speak English worldwide. No wonder that English offers the best educational opportunities, as top 10 universities around the world offer English medium classes. Second, research is the best in the English language. I can prove that later. Third, English is #1 language in the World Wide Web. More than 55% of all the information on the World Wide Web is given in the English language. And if you check, out of 100 or maybe even 300 billionaires around the world, the majority of them are English speakers, be their first or second language. So in fact, English gives you access to new information. It helps you meet new people, increase your network, and have a chance to empower yourself with much information, interesting people, and new knowledge. Here is an example. I would like to share my story. I come from a very humble background, from family which is low to middle socioeconomic background, which has that background. And in fact, my first trip to the US was after my second and third year of bachelor studies in the summertime. I went to work in the United States through work and travel program. I did a lot of traveling, worked and played very, very hard. And it was then that I decided that I wanted to study in the United States. I studied very hard, and thanks to my good grades, excellent marks in all subjects, and high TOEFL scores, I was lucky to get local and then American grants to complete 2 degrees in the United States. So 10 years afterwards, I completed both my master's and my PhD in the United States. I published more than 7 research articles and chapters in the top journals and outlets. I met dozens of very interesting people, talked one-on-one with billionaires, got motivated to do my own projects, participated in volunteer and community endeavors, and in fact, I befriended over 1.5K people. So my friend, at least my Facebook says so. And all of these people really enriched my life tremendously. So this is an example of how English can help you access information, increase and broaden your horizons, and offer you tremendous opportunities for personal and professional growth. Second, English is the language that brought me a new identity. I myself am a native speaker of Tatar. Tatars are second ethnic group in Russia, the second largest ethnic group after ethnic Russians. But I also have a Russian passport, so being Tatar, Russian, I now acquired an English identity, which is my third identity. And this is actually a beautiful thing, because with each new identity you grow so much as a person and as a human being. And this is wonderful because we have a choice, a freedom to choose and speak and feel in any of the languages that we acquire and learn. And it is exactly because we learn English as a foreign language that we acquire this identity. And let me explain you why. When I came to the United States, I was often asked the question, so where do you come from? Where is your accent from? So what about the vocabulary that you use? That's not quite typical around here. So every time I was reminded about who I am, where I came from, and what it means to be myself. And this is how over time I realized that I am an ethnic Tatar, a citizen of Russia, and a world citizen, because I enjoy learning and speaking English. I also know Spanish, can read and write in Arabic, know the basics of Russian Sign Language. And I truly believe that knowing each new language, we acquire a new marker of our identity. We are able to think differently, to behave differently, and to identify with another nation. And in fact, research says that people who speak English or any other language as their second, third, etc. language, their brain becomes so much more flexible. Their critical thinking and problem-solving skills increase. Their memory gets better. They are able to concentrate and multitask, and they can do so much more. I'll probably shoot another video about research-based evidence of benefits of multilingualism and why learning English is a great tool to develop a new identity and be smarter. Last but not least important reason why I learned and I recommend you to learn and improve your English skills is because it is so much pleasure. It brings fun and joy to your life. I can remember myself studying grammar, learning vocabulary, and listening to hours and hours of different podcasts, YouTube and audio tracks to increase my listening skills. It can be quite boring. And I found a number of ways that you can entertain yourself while learning English. And I'd like to offer you some of these examples. Number one on my list and my most favorite is memes. Memes are a very useful and simple tool to make your day. So you just look at the picture, read and translate, you learn the culture, you have fun, and at the same time it's an easy and very simple tool that you can access. It just takes a couple of words and clicking on your browser to find the memes on your topic. I've used a number of memes in my personal and professional life. I showed dozens of jokes for my colleagues whom I taught English for professional purposes. They were engineering jokes, biology jokes, philosophy jokes, etc. In this video, I'd like to offer you an unusual example. Once I had to teach a class for my colleagues, Russian-speaking colleagues at a local university in Russia who taught philosophy. And I really wanted to make my English lesson a fun lesson for them. So I found a very cool podcast on NPR. NPR is a national public radio, a non-profit media organization in the United States. They actually have quite a good pool of resources on their website. Check them out. Anyway, so this NPR podcast was called, one moment, Joking and Learning About Philosophy. And I had never thought that learning philosophy in English could be that much fun. And so the entire podcast was full of great jokes, very meaningful, fun and philosophical jokes. And we enjoyed during that lesson both learning English and better understanding philosophy. Here is one joke for you. A Buddhist walks up to a hot dog stand and asks to make one hot dog for him. He pays for the vendor and asks for the change, and the vendor says, "The change comes from within." So these and many other jokes are available on this podcast. Check them out. Anyway, I will share with you many more resources on how to learn English, why to learn English, and how to make it a pleasurable part of your day. So subscribe to my channel to learn about upcoming videos. Click on the like button under the video, and you can write your email address in the comments if you want to receive a handout with free resources from this video and some additional materials that can help you improve your English language skills. Anyway, thanks for staying with me today. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.